Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. So we will continue discuss our tutorial question number 4. So let's read the question together. A solution is prepared by mixing 500 gram of water and 25 gram of ethanol. Determine the mole fraction of each substance. We can read the question. If we want to illustrate the process occurs, we have a beaker, we mix a water and ethanol together. Okay, so now we want to determine what is the mole fraction of each substance, meaning that mole fraction for ethanol in a beaker and the mole fraction of water in a beaker. The total mole fraction is equal to 1. Okay, first of all, we need to list down all the information given. The first information given is the mass of the water is our solvent and ethanol is our solute. And the solution is ethanol solution. Okay, so we have a mass of solute, which is ethanol, 25.0 gram, and we have the mass of solvent, which is water, 25.0 gram. Determine the mole fraction of each substance. The mole fraction, okay, so the formula for mole fraction is mole fraction. Each substance means we need to identify two mole fraction. The first one is mole fraction for ethanol. The formula is, since ethanol here, mole ethanol over mole total, which means mole ethanol plus mole water. And another formula that we have to determine is mole fraction of water. Since we have a water here, mole water divide by mole total, which is mole water plus mole ethanol. Right, so we need to identify two things. Alright, so how to determine the number of mole ethanol? We already have the mass of the ethanol. From the mass of the ethanol, we can determine mole ethanol 25.0 gram divided by 46 and mole water how I get 18? 18 is the molar mass of water. 16 plus 2 become 18, which is 1.389 mole. Okay, so I will insert the value for mole fraction ethanol okay, if you can see, mole and mole you can cancel off, and finally your mole fraction is 0.28 without unit. And the second one is mole fraction of water. Since water, the number of mole water or you can put 0.72. If you can see, as I mentioned previously, the total mole fraction is equal to 1. If you have the mole fraction of ethanol, actually we can determine the mole fraction of water by mole fraction of water can be obtained from 1 minus 0.28. You will get the same value, which is 0.72. This is the alternative method to identify the mole fraction if you already know one mole fraction. Okay, so the most important thing here is you need to write the formula for the mole fraction. This is the general formula, and make sure you identify what is the solute and solvent. And for mole fraction, there is no unit because mole and mole already cancel off during the calculation, including this one. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much.